Hey everyone, it's Fofo Tsukiyomi doing a video about my first 2v2 versus matchup, being Isagi and Kaiser versus Shidou and Rin. The match was confirmed to be an all-out war as of 2:46 in Bluelock, and with vital information on how both systems work, we can finally get into which system and which duo is going to perform better in the final match. Now let's get into their strengths. In terms of Kaiser and Isagi, Kaiser Impact is the fastest shot. We do not know if it's the strongest shot, but he has shown his strength as he pushed away Bachelor of Ease, and he just always has a mentally strength way of making sure he's the leader of Bastard Moonshine when Noah's not on the pitch. As for Isagi, he's an average person. Like, he is stronger than when he first came to Bluelock, but he's not like insanely strong, like compared to Bao and the rest. But yeah, he's holding his own in there. He's not a 1v1 person, so this is going to be interesting. Now, in terms of Rin and Shidou, this is going to be a tough one because Shidou is strong as heck, but we do not know if he could actually back it up against someone like Kaiser. But in a 2v2 situation, Rin was able to show that he's always physical and really strong. So like, yeah, I would give the physical strengths to Rin and Shidou because Isagi is going to be holding Kaiser back. Now, before I go into the rest, I'm just going to give a quick briefer on each of their skill sets. Now, Isagi, his main skill sets and abilities is direct shot and spatial awareness abilities, with metavision being the latest one he's had. He always just tries to find himself an open spot and be unmarked so he can score a direct shot. He even stated this to Noah in chapter 158. Yeah, somewhere around that. Meanwhile, Kaiser is the ability to make a team from 0 to 1 using the Bluelock formula introduced from the get-go with his favorite Kaiser Impact. And with the whole Bastard Moonshine versus PXG game coming, copying Isagi's new lefty shot, direct shot, I believe he will be getting the ability to use a double Kaiser Impact. Also, Kaiser does have Go Hunter as well as Barrel, which gives them 100% chance of scoring, but they have to wait for the right moment for it. Shidou is mainly an unpredictable card. He has an insane offensive spatial awareness. When he's like around the box, he will like always find a way to score. As of the NEL, he has been lacking in that department as he has been getting stopped and like not getting all his shots on target. Shidou, I don't know if his accuracy decreased or like he just basically was just having fun and wasn't really like paying attention, but like maybe he was just trying to keep the game going longer, you never know. But Shidou's accuracy has gone down from the third selection where he was making literally every shot to making 3 out of 12 shots on target and only 2 goals. Now he has 3 goals in the NEL. As for Rin, he needs no explanation. He is a man who is a puppeteer master. He's basically a stronger Isagi, as Bao stated that him and Isagi are the same. He has Berserker, whatever metavision you want to talk about, where he destroys things. He, in a very disgustingly manner, opposite of Seihu, he destroys everything in such a beautiful manner. If you guys want like each of these guys to have their own separate videos on like a breakdown for all of them, let me know in the comment section. Now let's get into the next thing I want to talk about: speed. How fast would these guys be able to work together? For Isagi and Kaiser, I think Isagi's speed is very underrated as he always finds a way to get behind people's blind spots. But Kaiser's speed is like one of the top 5 fastest in Bluelock because the way he just ran with the comeback against Manshine City to score the Kaiser Impact, and he has the fastest kicking shot in the whole NEL, which gives commendability to his shots, power, and speed. And also the way he just uses metavision and just gets to the perfect position in such an insane amount of short time. Like for the first play of the whole NEL, which was when he almost got in position to score, but Kunigami's shot, which surprised him. Shidou is like one of the top 5 fastest as well. Like Shidou is insanely fast that Rail had trouble catching him. It took Gagamaru using a headstand to save the shot. Like unless you had Metavision, there was no way you were keeping up with him in speed or like pre-anticipated a play like how Rin did. So again, only Metavision users have been able to stop him being Rail, Isagi, and Rin. Gagamaru had to pull that save. So luckily for us, we did, because any would have never happened if it wasn't for Gagamaru. Next, we have to talk about how they would work together in speed. Which team would be faster in. Again, this would definitely go to Rin and Shidou, as even though they've never worked together, the way they both get to the ball and get to score, like Shidou and Rin are like insanely fast, and I just feel like Isagi is still lacking in the physicals department. So again, this would have to go to Rin and Shidou. Now, the next thing is going to be how well they would work together. Actually, no, I'm going to save that for one of the last things. Let's stick with the physical departments. Next would be their aerial abilities. How well would they work in the air? And this is no competition. Rin and Shidou win this one as well, as, come on, Shidou is carrying this competition. Like, no one's stopping Shidou in the air between Kaiser and Isagi. They are both not that great in terms of aerial feats. Kaiser's best feat is when he stops Nagi, but Shidou can jump higher than Nagi. And Nagi's play was pretty weak, so Kaiser could predict it. Shidou is very unpredictable, so we'll have to see how well Kaiser could react to Shidou. The next thing I would want to talk about is their like dribbling feats, how well they could dribble across the field. And Kaiser should be a good dribbler. Isagi is getting better at dribbling. But I believe the best dribbler among all four of them, again, is Rin, as Rin is an insanely good dribbler, as he is Sei's brother, and I believe he would also have some good dribbling skills as well to keep himself with the ball. So I would give this one, this is a manslaughter between Rin and Shidou. And yeah, let's talk about ego. And this is the hardest component for me to talk about so far, because each four of these guys have an insane ego. Isagi's ego is to be the best in the world. Basically, everyone's ego is to be the best in the world. Kaiser's ego is starting to even grow further, as now he's really, really focused on Isagi after losing to him in the terms of the goals department in the Ubers match. Man went Super Saiyan and everything. But in terms of how great their ego is, there's a thing called egocentrism and protagonism. That's what I would be going after. And Rin is the most dominant when it comes to it, because I believe when he goes Berserker Metavision, there is like no stopping him. Like, basically, he would take a bad shot and he wouldn't even care, as long as he eventually gets the goal later. Like, he loses all sense of himself. His thing is just to be destroying everything, which is an insane ego. I don't even think Isagi's ego can meet up with that, because Isagi can risk a play, as shown with Yukimiya and Kunagami, just to try and get the better of other people. Which means, yes, it is okay to pass, but at the same time, Rin or any of the other three people in this group would have never done it. Kaiser's ego is still growing, so I don't want to say Kaiser has the best ego here, because Kaiser's ego did take a massive uplift, and like, he also called himself trash. So I don't know if I don't know how to explain it, but it's like Kaiser's ego is either dipping or increasing. I don't know how to feel about that. For Shidou, his ego is just about like making babies out of scoring, or whatever you want to call it, like the room fertilizer. But yeah, if something can make him explode, he'll have fun. He's kind of like a Bachua, but he doesn't rely on like Isagi to do it. He just relies on anyone to make him feel like he needs to really explode. Which is why Sei and him work so well, because Sei makes Shidou explode like crazy. And Rin, we already talked about it, so this one would definitely go to Rin and Shidou again, as I could never imagine either of these two passing up a situation to score like Isagi always does. Now that we have that, the last thing is endurance. How well can all four of these guys work in a damn match? Well, Kaiser and Isagi have a head start in this because they both have Metavision, which if you have Metavision and you've played in a 90-minute match like Isagi, that means it's harder for you to lose this type of department, because Metavision users have more to endure because they're processing every single play and they're putting more into their brain and body compared to like normal players. Like Isagi wouldn't get tired out in a normal match until like the NEL because he had to use Metavision, and Metavision takes an insane endurance to get it and a physical body to keep up with it. So the fact that Kaiser's had it for a long time, which means that I could assume that Kaiser would be able to do it in 90 minutes, as he's never shown problems with it. Isagi, I do not know if he could still keep up a 90-minute match because the Uber's game was not 90 minutes, as it would have at best been 45, because thanks to the Rin and Shidou system, we've confirmed that each of their games have not been 90 minutes because of the way Rin destroyed Manshine City in 15 minutes, which means Shidou did play before that. Or if it's like they're intertwining 2 times in 15 minutes, that means they did complete the match in 15 minutes and they probably just started after Bastard Merchant versus Ubers. So in this match department, Shidou does not have any eye right now. I mean, there was an eye when he goes into flow state, but that's just his flow state eyes. Rin has Metavision, I believe, with his being a broken eye Metavision. So I do believe I have to give this one to Isagi and Kaiser, just because 2 Metavision users being able to endure it the way they do is insane. And also Shidou did not play the whole match, so we don't know if he would be able to play at his full capacity for a whole 90 minutes, the way he's always wowed and striking like that. Now let's go on a 2-on-2. Who would actually win on a 2-on-2 situation? And this is easily going to Rin and Shidou again, because the two of this one is actually tough, because Rin and Shidou should be able to dominate this one with ease, but at the same time they would just be getting in each other's way. But the main time they can do that is when there's a passer like Hiyori trying to give it to them, like it showed when they bumped into each other. So I could see Rin trying to really dominate this one and Shidou trying to steal it, but Rin just keeps on finding a way to score. But against 2 Metavision users and Rin having to basically deal with a 3-on-1 situation of Shidou trying to get himself some goals, I could see Isagi and Kaiser getting an advantage out of this. But when it comes to the opposite side, Kaiser will be trying to stop Isagi from scoring and Isagi will be trying to steal the ball from them. So it's really a 4-way battle. But thanks to Kaiser having the fastest shot put in the whole NEL, and the fact that Rin doesn't take as much shots and Shidou's accuracy is not as great as it was in the U20, as he's taking like wild shots for no reason, Rin and Shidou could both have that stage where they take bad shots for no reason if Rin goes all out. So I believe Kaiser would be able to pick up the win for them in this category. Now the next one is, how would they impact their teams overall? And again, this is a hard one because of the 4-way situation, as both Kaiser and Shidou have tried to stop Rin and Isagi in multiple different ways during games, and vice versa, Isagi and Rin trying to stop Kaiser and Shidou. But the Bastard Merchant system, they have been playing together, so it means they can adapt to it and they can be very good teaming up on defensive measures when it need be. And I believe it has worked, and the fact that they've both been on the same pitch the whole time versus Rin and Shidou, who have not been because of the system, unless you want to talk about the Ubers game, which I believe Loki did not know what he was doing yet, so that's the only reason they were. But for some reason it worked. I do not know how to explain that. I think it was a mistake that they just wanted to show Shidou in a panel. So I'm not going to address that situation as much, but I believe Isagi and Kaiser should win this department. And as a coach, which duo would I choose? This is the last department. In this, I think I would definitely go for Isagi and Kaiser. As even though Rin and Shidou obviously would be better players, I just feel like Isagi and Kaiser are like the best duo in the world at the moment. Like, Rin and Shidou have no chemistry whatsoever, and Isagi and Kaiser bring out the best out of each other. Even though they hate each other and they always get in each other's ways, it's like Rin and Isagi or Isagi and Barrel. It's good for them in the long run, as they both can spark not really chemical reactions with each other, but like they can both improve each other, similar to Isagi and Rin. Rin and Shidou could not. So if Shidou and Isagi both teamed up with Rin and Isagi did a better job with Rin, that would mean that Isagi and Kaiser would do a better job. So overall, in the physical departments, as Rin and Shidou do win, I believe Isagi and Kaiser overall are a better duo as of right now, because we have the fact that they've actually played together, and Rin and Shidou have only had one panel of game time in PXG, which was against Ubers. But we have not really seen them actually progress together, and as Ego said, they are best not to be together. We will see if they could actually do the max difficulty and work together against BM. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and let me know what versus battle you guys want. Nagi versus Batra has already been done as well, so 2 new versus battles need to be talked about. See y'all. Peace.